Welcome to Two Sisters Podcast with your hosts, Kristy and Melissa, who are real sisters bringing you real talk about life and faith through humor, insight, and community. Now, let's get into this week's episode.
What's up, guys? It's Melissa
and Kristy,
and welcome to Two Sisters Podcast. So, how you guys doing this evening? It's season 4, and this is the third Tuesday of the month. And so, for the third Tuesday of every month in season 4, we will be doing a Q&A session. So, this one, we're going to actually talk about love is blind because it is a question. Well, it was kind of like a discussion slash kind of debate.
Yeah.
That we wanted to just bring to you guys as well and get your thoughts on it. You know, whenever we have these discussions, we like to include you all so you can feel what we feel when we out here talking to these people. So we just wanted to know, like, that question, you know, to you guys. I propose it to you all. Is love blind? And I think that I'm gonna allow Kristy to start this one off, because I don't know if our opinions differ. So I'm gonna let her start this one off, and we can go from there.
So, of course, you know, there's a TV show called Is Love Blind, right? On Netflix. And we have officially seen all 3 seasons, right? So the first season was out for a couple of years, I think. And our friends was telling us to, you know, watch it. So we finally watched it. And watched season 2, had some opinions about that. And then the third season came around. And we kind of like watched it reluctantly. But man, oh man. So inevitably, there are, you know, when you're watching the show, it's like, oh, it's true love. They're really gonna, you know, you can't see them. You don't know what race they are. You don't know necessarily the age necessarily unless you ask those specific questions. And so, like, if you're watching a show, it'll have you believing, like, wow, love is blind. Love can be blind. You know, it's theoretically a great idea on how to just lay down your list or whatever, right? Your preferences, your wish list on what you want in a mate, and just you be real, they be real, and then you have an, you know, possibly have a or create a authentic love connection. Mm-hmm. So if we are individually, Melissa, asking ourselves these questions, do I think love is blind? Does Melissa think love is blind? And I'm going to go with no. I do not think love is blind.
According to the TV show, or just
according in real life?
Okay. All right.
According in real life and according to the show. Give me, like, when it works, and when I speak, I'm speaking about generally, normally, you know, majority of the time, love is not blind. So we're not, it's clear that those that do find a love connection in that type of situation, whether it's a reality TV show or not, they are the exception to the rule.
Okay.
You know, and it's the same thing with the other shows that are similar. What was it called? Married at First Sight.
See, I watched none of those shows.
Right, so Married at First Sight, it's, you know, it has a team of experts. I don't have to explain it to the audience. I know y'all know. But the same thing, you're meeting your spouse for the very first time at the altar. Okay? Which is why it's called Love at First Sight. Same type of premise. You don't know them. You don't know anything about them. Bam, you together. So, and then we all know, you know, those of us that are familiar with it, heard about it, whatever. That is, again, exception to the rule, right? Mm-hmm. So no, I don't think love is blind. The only love is blind that I would trust, okay, is if the Lord said this particular person, unseen, unknown. The only love is blind creator that I would believe is the Lord God Almighty. Okay. And then in the Christian community, that's a whole nother debate. Does God tell you who your mate is? Does he not? With free will, are we supposed to pick our mate or not? So that could be a whole nother reality TV show, if the church so see fit. But it would be just as a hot mess as these regular reality TV shows that are trying to put two strangers together, essentially, and hope that they survive a long, loving, healthy relationship.
Okay. Yeah. So my 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 simple put question, answer is no, I don't. And that's even after watching the show. To me, that's the same as love at first sight, whatever the other sayings. Love is blind, love at first sight, or I loved her when I first saw her, and all this.
Oh yeah.
So I'm
You
not going
fell
to.
in love the moment you saw him, type thing.
So I'm not going to use the words. I'm not going to use the words. I don't believe that. What I am saying is that I disagree. Like I disagree that you can literally love someone as soon as you see them.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's like, okay, instantly when I see, and I understand what the concept behind it is,
Mm-hmm.
because I will feel that way anytime I see a baby. Instantly,
Yes.
anytime I see a baby, it's a pure, genuine. I will almost literally, and this child ain't even mine,
right?
But I would keep that baby from harm. Yes. I would put my life, you know what I mean? Like it's such strong emotion behind that feeling when you first see that baby, especially baby. Kids, kids, yes, you can look at them, but you can also kind of detach from that. But when you see a baby,
right, an infant,
yes,
a 2-month-old, 1-month-old, 3-month-old, 6-month-old, 8-month-old, like an infant, right? You're instantly like, oh, you're going to protect that. If their child is in your care, you're going to protect them. You have a bond. Right. You almost love them.
You do. You almost love them.
You hold them for 30 minutes. It's a done deal.
It is. It literally is. It's an instant sort of love for this child that you will protect it as if they were your own, and you will give your life, like almost literally give your life, or and you don't know them. And so the other thing too, and so I understand the concept behind it, but when you're talking about adults, and so that's why I'm like not knocking what people say they feel, because again, I don't know you, and and I do believe like love should be a universal foundational definition that is the same for everybody. But as we know, everybody don't have the same definition for things. So that's the best way I can describe as far as when it comes to this question and this mini debate that was going on between us and people about this love is blind situation. Like again, even according to that show, to me, even with the 1 or 2 people that got married and still married, good for them. But like Kristy said, is an exception to the rule. Just generally living life with everybody's differences, everybody's conditioning, whether you want to believe you conditioned or not, everybody's just beliefs. It's called work. Love, to me, love is just not enough, period. So it can be blind because if you see no color, if you one of these people skipping through the lilies of life, and you don't let nothing bother you or stop you from loving the person you want to be with, that's great, and that's all well and fine. Okay, but at the end of the day, life is gonna hit you, whether whatever color you are, whatever ethnicity, whatever side of the tracks you on, like it's not gonna matter. Life is life for everybody, and we all will encounter it. Okay, period. So for me, love is not blind. Okay, and for me, love is not enough. Okay, And like I said, the closest thing that I can get to, and the reason why I have grace for those who say that, oh, I loved her the minute I saw her, woo, woo, and it's great poetry, it's great lyrics, okay, is because again, I equate that even for me when I see a baby. When I see a baby, I instantly
Not when you
understand.
see a baby, but when you interact with a baby. Like you can see a baby, but like when you hold.
Okay,
the
she's
baby.
getting real technical. My point is that baby is in front of me. I am into like when I see a baby, literally, I can walk past someone with the stroller, and I can see a baby, and instantly I have I'm trying to articulate the feelings that I feel. Like I was like, oh, that's precious. Like their life is precious. Their life means
they're precious
something.
and they're to be protected.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's an automatic human instinct in me that baby is precious and nothing should harm them in any way. And if harm comes to them while on my watch, then I'm going to probably innately do something to protect them. And to me, that's part of loving something or someone. Like you're going to protect them, you want to keep them from harm and danger, da 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 da. And also, when I see a baby, it's like automatically I want to coo, woo, talk to them. Like it's like all of the actions and emotions that you feel when you love someone. Like you're giddy, you're happy, you want to be around them, whatever. Like so, yeah. Instantly, when I see a baby, I'm drawn to go to them and talk to them and see how they're doing, smile. Like they instantly bring out a smile, they instantly bring out this emotion, that can turn into love, especially if you keep being around them. So again, I get the concept, but I do not agree with love is blind at all.
So she claimed that her response was going to be short and sweet.
Well,
okay, and straightforward.
It is straightforward,
but she took just as long to explain her point of view as I did.
No, 4 minutes. So anyway, guys,
no, 6 minutes. At the 6 minute mark, I high-fived.
So anyway, guys, we thank you.
But I want to say a little bit more, and that is love blind? Right? We equate what I'm thinking that people are maybe doing is confusing lust or infatuation. So back in the day, right, the girls would say, or women would say, oh, definitely they would, interact in an intimate way with that fella. Just saw him, right? So maybe that is what is being mistaken as, oh, the moment I saw that person, we fell in love. No, you probably fell in lust. You were fascinated. Your hormones started kicking up.
Did that happen to you?
No.
So should people
I mean, I've been instantly attracted to somebody, yes.
Again,
they're mislabeling it.
How you know?
Generally speaking, and as adults, we know that. But it takes maturity for you to know the difference between lust and wanting to have sex with someone, instantly, or you actually love them. And we know, as Melissa said, there's varying definitions of love, right? So we're going to leave that up to y'all.
And it shouldn't be.
We're going to leave that up to y'all as y'all definition of love. Okay, we are not here to debate that. But when you think about this question, is love blind? Make sure that you're not mislabeling something as love.
Okay. Well, so you're not going to give them your definition of love? You're just going to tell them that
they're wrong. Listen, we're not doing this. Because my definition of love is my definition of love. I get it from a source that they may not get it from. So for the purposes of this Q&A and keeping it our version is simple, no, they know what love is for real. Because when you have something that's not love, it makes you realize, oh, I thought I was in love, but you realize that's not love. It was lust. It was infatuation. It was I'm not going. I feel like I'm coaching, so I'm gonna stop.
Okay, guys. Well, that's it for our Q&A. We kind of wanted to bring that up there because it is technically a question, even if it's kind of something that we encountered over this, I don't know, the past couple of weeks or whatever. We thought we would bring that to you guys as well. So let us know in the comments. You guys can agree or disagree, or you can always share your point of view. I just again ask that you remain to be respectful in your questions or your communication to Kristy and myself. And again, guys, we appreciate your support with Two Sisters Podcast. We are enjoying ourselves doing our podcast. We love the interaction and engagement. So keep it coming. And also, if you have any questions or, and again, this past episode for Kristy about her in research phase with the relationships and dating and all of that, again, you can submit those things to her at what is it? Info at twosisterspodcast.net. So I wanted to tell you guys or explain to you guys that we do have a new email address to submit your questions to. And also we're doing something new where we are allowing you to submit your stories to us. And then we will do an episode on basically responding to those stories. So your information, your name, or whatever, your contact information will be anonymous, but we will respond to your story. So you can submit that to us as well at info at twosisterspodcast.net. So again, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. We really appreciate you. Bye.
Bye.